Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are ya? How are y'all doing? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. Now, listen, I have therapy at 1 o'clock, so this live is going to be short, probably like 45 minutes, okay? Which means you're only going to have 5 minutes of let's have a little check-in and let's talk, and then I'm gonna hit record. We're gonna bang this out. We're gonna get it done. We're gonna get going. All right. Yo, I didn't know you had the dance moves. Yeah, I low-key hit that shit. I wonder if that'll even be copyrighted because it was a what do you call it? It was a remix. It was like, you know, handmade by the Deej. Handmade by the Deej. You guys want to see it? Me, Triv, and Endemic went out to the clubs. Here, I'll show you. Oh, I have to unmute it. Do you hear the way Triv is cackling like a fucking hyena? Bro, I need somebody to edit this video and make it seem like there's an actual hyena filming the fucking video. Cause that's so funny. No, but wait till you see the guy. This guy, the other guy was low-key like fucking Michael Jackson. Triv can't believe it. Triv cannot believe it. Do not know the band Ween. Grandma's going hard in there. Yeah, this guy went fucking crazy. Chris, did you just memorize your favorite Fortnite dance? No, that's what, see, Sawinski's right. Where is it? This is the Valenti default emote. If you go out dancing with me enough, I'll hit that fucking move 1,000,000 times. That's my default dance move, bro. That's my default. You gave it your best, that's all that counts. Why are you pretending like I didn't fucking hit that shit hard as fuck? If I wasn't wearing my jacket, you would have been able to tell I was hitting it. Come on, I'm hitting that shit. Why are we pretending like I'm not hitting that shit? What is this, the Docu-Tussie? Unfortunately, we do not have time for the Docu-Tussie today. I'll give it a glance, but we just don't have time for it. Oh yeah, the harder I pull, the safer I feel. This is literally, Iran and Israel. We don't have time to go through all of this today because I have literally about less than an hour, but I'll comb through this afterwards. I'll comb through it afterwards. I apologize, gang. I apologize. I already have a bunch of shit set up and ready to go. Bro can't dance, that's his only weakness. Just because I can't dance doesn't mean that I won't dance. Okay, big difference there. Some motherfuckers can't dance, which means that they won't dance. I don't give a fuck. I'ma move. I'ma be moving. All right? White boy got motion. White boy got motion. All right. We gotta bang out. We gotta just start it. We gotta bang out because I do not have too much time. So we're just gonna start it. Ready? Y'all ready? Off-beat motion? That shit was on beat. What are you talking about? Y'all are bastards, man. We'll play it one more time. This shit was on fucking beat and you know it. This shit was on beat and you know it. That shit is on beat and you fucking know it. That shit is on beat and you fucking know it. All right? You goddamn bastards. Goddamn bastards. How do you take your coffee? Milk and sugar. Chris, I'm your boy. Please don't make me lie to you. Am I, like, retarded? Because that seemed on beat to me. Hold on. I'm playing it one last time. That seemed on beat to me, unless I'm actually fucking retarded. Bro, that's all on beat. That's all on beat. That is all on beat. Get the fuck out of here. That's all on beat. The fuck out of my face. All right. That's off beat. Ban him. I'm kidding. Don't ban him for that. All right, all right, all right. We just gotta dive in. We gotta dive in. We gotta dive in. You ready? You ready? You ready? You ready? Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Bro's coping. I'm coping. I'm molding. I'm seething. It's bad. It's bad. Here we go. Here we go. So Trump is pussying out of his 48-hour threat that he made to completely and totally obliterate the electrical grid in Iran. Taco. Now, here's the thing. We are very pro-taco here. If you don't know what taco is, that's Trump always chickens out. I am very, very pro-taco. I hope to God Trump fucking pussies out. But we have to talk about the fact that Trump made a threat to completely and totally obliterate the Iranian electrical grid. And then the Iranians retaliated by saying, if you do that, we will destroy all the desalination plants in the GCC nations, which, again, just so you know, excuse me, would render the entirety of the Middle East uninhabitable. In about 7 days, people would start to die of thirst. So that's bad. But Trump is pussying out, and then he came out and said that he's making deals with Iran. He's negotiating with Iran. The Iranians came out and said, no, you're fucking not. You're lying. Trump is asked directly, like, who were you making the deals with? And he goes, I don't want to tell you because I don't want the Israelis to kill them, which quite literally means that the Israelis and the Americans have completely different objectives here. Trump clearly wants an out, and the Israelis want to turn Iran into a completely and totally failed state, right? So the Israelis will not be happy until, we're fighting to the last man or the last goyim, as it will. Because, hey, why isn't the IDF in the fight? I find that a little bit strange. There was a massive disaster at LaGuardia Airport today. 2 pilots dead after a plane crashed into a fire truck, which I will say is a little bit suspicious with the timing because today is the day that ICE started to take over airports. If you don't know, Tom Homan, Homeland Security, has been saying that for the past week, they've been saying that starting Monday, today, March 23rd, 2026, ICE will be at all the airports doing nothing other than like a show of force. And they did. They showed up, and then suddenly there was a massive plane crash at LaGuardia, and on top of that, in Newark Airport, they have a fire going on, and all flights have been stopped, and because one of the air traffic control towers, I think, had a fire. It's weirdly suspicious, I will say. On top of that, this is right at the 48-hour mark when Trump said he would obliterate Iran. It's bizarre. It's bizarre. We have a lot to talk about, and then a whole bunch of Trump Truth Social posts. They're all fucking crazy. We're gonna dive in because I have therapy at 1 o'clock, which means we gotta fucking go. Hi, how are you? This is the Valenti VOD. I'm Chris Valenti. I hope you're having a wonderful Monday, despite all the crazy shit that's going on. This is real independent media. I've never had a conversation with an advertiser, a sponsor, a billionaire, a government, a PAC, any of that shit. So if you do want to support the channel financially, because I'm a dissident of the Fuhrer, which means that my videos don't really get pumped out in the algorithm, there's a couple of ways you can help me out. The first of all, you can like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Those 4 things cost you nothing, and they help me immensely. It helps combat the YouTube algorithm. If you do want to support me financially, there's a couple of ways you could do it. You could buy merch, like the posters behind me. We also have mugs, hoodies. We got the new Girly Pop merch, the Kami Mommy merch. That's available. You can click all that below. You can click the thanks button down below to tip me directly. You can click the join button down below to become a member for $5. That'll give you access to the member-only content and some pretty cool emotes. And then you can become a patron on Patreon. Big shouts out to all of the patrons who are donating $1, $5, $20. Doesn't really matter. Any and all donations go a long way. You guys keep me going. I am just the megaphone for you, the people. All right, without further ado, we're going to dive right into the news. I want to start with the breaking news. 2 pilots killed as plane and fire rescue truck collide at New York's LaGuardia Airport, officials say. Now, I do want to give you some context for this. So TSA employees are not getting paid right now. Okay, and that's because there is a government shutdown. This government shutdown is caused by the Republicans, who have given ICE a $150 billion contract and are now asking for more. And as you know, ICE is a masked Gestapo paramilitary unit that is going around the country executing Americans and throwing brown people into concentration camps, right? So because they are a terrorist organization, the Democrats refuse to fund DHS. And because the Democrats refuse to fund DHS, as they should be, that is leading to TSA workers not getting paid. Now, in response to this, instead of trying to negotiate about ICE's treatment, Elon Musk is proposing that he'll pay the TSA employees. Now, he will not do that, but the Republicans refuse to budge when it comes to ICE being a Gestapo paramilitary terrorist force. So because of that, our airports have lines that go outside and wrap around the building. We now have massive accidents happening. We have people dying. Nobody wants to work in the air traffic control towers. It's a complete fucking nightmare. All of this is the fault of Donald Trump because of ICE. But we're gonna read this. 2 pilots killed as plane and fire rescue truck collide at New York's LaGuardia airport, officials say. I do have a picture of the disaster. Get a look at this. Fucking front of the plane crashed right into the fire truck. Dude, so the 2 pilots died, and there was a flight attendant who was strapped into the, I forgot the name of the seat. It might be called the jump seat. That was relatively close. She was strapped into the seat, and when the crash happened, she went flying out of the fucking plane, still strapped into the seat, landed the fuck away from the plane, and survived. Now, she is hurt, but she will survive. Bro, craziest fucking roller coaster ride of your fucking life, son. Absolutely fucking mind-boggling, but let's talk about it. 2 pilots were killed and dozens of people were injured at New York's LaGuardia Airport late Sunday night when arriving Air Canada Express plane and a fire and rescue vehicle collided on the runway. The Port Authority of New York and New Jersey, which runs the airport, said in a statement that the pilot and co-pilot were killed in the collision and 41 people were taken to hospitals, 39 from the aircraft and 2 Port Authority aircraft rescue and firefighting officers from the truck. Port Authority Executive Director Catherine Garcia, I know Catherine Garcia, told reporters Monday morning that my brother works at New York Port Authority, told reporters Monday morning that the initial indications were 32 people had been released, but there were also serious injuries. Garcia said Air Canada Flight 8646, that is very close to a different number that would have been absolutely horrifying if it was called flight number 8647. Oh my God. Operated by Jazz Aviation, had 72 passengers and 4 crew members on board. CBS News investigative unit senior producer Pat Milton cited a source saying it appeared the collision was an accident and there was no foul play or terrorism suspected. Now, here's the thing. I kind of believe them that it does seem like this was just an accident, but the timing is so suspicious, you know, with it being the Monday that ICE takes over the airports, with the Newark fire thing, and then on top of that, with it being 48 hours after Trump made that fucking threat. I don't know. I'm suspicious. We need more details, but I'm very, very, very suspicious. And now some other airport news. So in New Jersey, Newark airport flights halted due to burning smell in control tower. The control tower at New Jersey's Newark Liberty International Airport was evacuated after reports of a possible fire, temporarily halting flights there in the morning of Monday, March 23rd, federal officials confirmed. Quote, arrivals and departures are temporarily paused at the airport in New Jersey after air traffic controllers evacuated the tower because of a burning smell coming from an elevator. The incident was reported at 7:30 a.m. local time. So all of these are developing stories. We're gonna hope that we can get more details on this before we really cover it. But I'm suspicious as a motherfucker. If I had to guess, it's Israeli false flag shit, dude. It's gearing us up for some sort of, like, this is sort of how you grease up the American people by introducing them to 1 or 2 small level disasters before the big one comes. So personally, I think this is fucking freaky deaky. All right, now we're going to talk about Trump claiming that he is negotiating with senior Iranian officials, despite the fact that the Iranian Foreign Ministry says that no such negotiations are happening. So Trump told reporters and his envoys that his envoys have been negotiating with a senior Iranian official and claimed the parties were in agreement on many points. Regional leaders in global markets were bracing for a major escalation on Monday, but Trump walked back this threat to strike Iran's power plant, citing productive negotiations. Now, all of this is market manipulation. Trump said, he goes, in 48 hours, I'm going to bomb the ever-loving fuck out of you and destroy your grid. And then a whole bunch of people in the markets, well, they bet on Trump not doing that, right? And then Trump doesn't do that, and they profit immensely. All of this is purposeful. The Trump regime is quite literally using our mental state as as gambling. You know what I mean? They're like, they're fucking with our heads, threatening to obliterate Iran so that they can not do that and profit off of it. And on top of that, I think that Trump is being like walked around like a dog by the Israelis, and he's not really allowed to make his own decisions. Iran denied that any such talks had taken place and claimed that Trump was just trying to calm the energy markets. But an Israeli official told Axios that U.S. envoys Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner had been in touch with the Speaker of the Iranian parliament, Mohammad Bagher Balagaf. Okay, so this guy's going to be fucking killed by the Israelis eventually. Trump did not name the Iranian interlocutor, saying that he did not want to get him killed, but claimed the U.S. and Iran were aligned on many key issues. So Trump quite literally, and we have it on video, says that he doesn't want to tell anybody who this is because he's afraid the Israelis will fucking kill him. So I want to start by talking about what Trump posted a few days ago. This is 2 days ago. He posts this. If Iran doesn't fully open without threat the Strait of Hormuz within 48 hours from this exact point in time, the United States of America will hit and obliterate their various power plants, starting with the biggest one first. Thank you for your attention to this matter. So the first thing he did 2 days ago was he claimed that what he would do is destroy the electrical grid for 93 million people and plunge the entire nation of Iran into complete and total darkness. Now, that's not hard to believe because that's what Trump did in Cuba right now. They are in a complete and total power blackout. We have embargoed the entire fucking island. We've blockaded it. There is no oil coming in. There is a Hassan biker coming in, but there's no oil coming in. There's no power. There's no food. There's no medical. So Trump does have this power, and he's kind of still running on the high of capturing Maduro with like the special forces and shit. He's starting to think that we are invincible. But then he posts this. He goes, now with the death of Iran, the greatest enemy America has is the radical left, highly incompetent Democrat Party. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Now this, I want to say, this is absolutely fucking bonkers. This is him claiming that, like, first of all, he's claiming that Iran is collapsed. They haven't. But even if they had, he's claiming, hey, now that we got rid of the Iranian threat, now we have to take out the Democrat Party. This is treason. This is actually fucking treason, guys. There's no way around this. This is fucking treason. He is claiming that once we are done slaughtering the Iranians, we need to start slaughtering the Democrat Party. This is a call to fucking violence, whether you're willing to admit that or not. Then he posts this today. I am pleased to report that the United States of America and the country of Iran have had over the last 2 days very good and productive conversations regarding a complete and total resolution of our hostilities in the Middle East. Complete lie. Complete and total lie. He has had no such conversation. The Iranian foreign ministry came out and literally said, this is a lie. He has had no such conversation with us. Now, this is because Trump is desperate for a way out right now, and the Iranians know that they hold all the cards. They have all of the power. They keep on escalating the conflict, and on top of that, they choose whether the Strait of Hormuz gets opened. Based on the tenor and tone of these in-depth, detailed, and constructive conversations, which will continue throughout the week, I have instructed the Department of War to postpone any and all military strikes against the Iranian power plants and energy infrastructure for a 5-day period, subject to the success of the ongoing meetings and discussions. Thank you for your attention to this matter. So Trump also knows that these negotiations that he claims to be having are with a nobody, right? The Iranian leadership has been decentralized. If you wanted to have these negotiations, you needed to have them with the fucking supreme leader, the Ayatollah, but you executed him. Now, then maybe you could have it with some lower officials, but you murdered all of them too, right? We murdered the entire Iranian government, right? So now what's left are different military generals who have control over different groups of the IRGC, and the power is decentralized. This is why when Trump claimed to have made a deal with the Iranians like a week ago or 2 weeks ago, when he said the Iranians said they will no longer strike Gulf coastal nations, then they immediately struck Gulf coastal nations. It's because Trump is talking to one guy, but that guy isn't in communication with the others. And even though he agreed to not bomb Gulf coastal nations, the other guys didn't. The leadership has been decentralized. You need to imagine, let's give us an enemy. Let's call it the Chinese. Let's say the Chinese came and they bombed DC and they killed the POTUS, they killed the VPOTUS, they killed the entirety of Congress, Senate, House. There's no government left. And now all of our different military generals are in control of their own fucking units. Now let's say the Chinese then made a deal with one general and said, we're done here, no more fighting. Well, the rest of them, they said, I'm not part of that fucking deal. Suck my fucking dick. We're going to keep on fighting to the last American. You murdered our supreme leader. You know what I'm saying? So that's the point that we are at right now. It's a nightmare situation. And then this is regarding ICE. I am a big proponent of ICE wearing masks as they search for and are forced to deal with hardened criminals, many of whom were let into our country by sleepy Joe Biden and his wonderful border czar Kamala. She never even went to the border. Through their absolutely insane open border policy, I would greatly appreciate, however, no masks when helping our country out of the Democrat-caused mess at the airports, etc. Thank you, President DJT. So because ICE is now at all the airports, I think that Trump doesn't want them to be wearing masks. Now, the only reason why I could imagine this is because he probably talked to like TSA and they were like, brother, if you allow these people to come in wearing masks, some terrorist is going to dress up as ICE, because as you know, ICE is buying their gear off of Amazon. Like, it's all brought from home. That's why none of them are matching. Some terrorist is going to dress up as ICE, wear a mask, and be able to waltz right in through TSA. And that's what they're worried about. It's absolutely fucking mind-boggling that they're even allowing this. All right. So now what I want to do is watch some clips of Trump on the tarmac talking about all of the shit that went on with Iran and with ICE. And this is, dude, we have a bumbling fucking retarded fascist as the president of the United States of America. It is absolutely fucking ridiculous. Get a look at this where he says that he doesn't want to tell us the name of the person he's negotiating with because he doesn't want Israel to kill them.
Speaking with Mr. President. A top person, don't forget. We've wiped out the leadership phase 1, phase 2, and largely phase 3. But we're dealing with the man who I believe is the most respected.
By the way, Trump keeps on saying phase 1, 2, and 3. There was no planning of these phases. Trump genuinely believed that the Iranians would surrender immediately after the first day. And now that he has to improvise a way out of this war, he'll keep on adding phases. I'm telling you, in a couple of months from now, he's going to say, see, this was the plan for phase 12, folks. And the war, it keeps on going. And then once, if it ever does resolve, he's going to go, that was the plan, folks. It was a 17-step plan. And at phase 17, we finally won. That, it's all improvised and bullshit.
Largely phase 3, but we're dealing with the man who I believe is the most respected and the leader. It's a little tough. We've wiped out everybody.
He just said they've wiped out everybody and then corrected himself, said we, because Israel has completely different objectives. Israel is like, no, we want the entire Iranian nation to become a failed state. Trump is like, I'm just doing what the Israelis are telling me to do, man, and now I'm trying to negotiate a way out, but they keep on fucking killing him.
No, not the Supreme Leader. We don't. Well, nobody heard of the second Supreme Leader.
Well, that's not true whatsoever. It's the former Supreme Leader's son.
Are these correct? We have not heard from the son. Every once in a while,
you haven't heard from the son because you already killed him and/or put him in a coma and blew his fucking legs off, as reported by the Iranians.
See a statement made, but we haven't. We don't know if he's living. But the people.
See, we don't know if he's living. So how do I expect that you know what the fuck you're doing with your negotiation if you can't even tell me if the current supreme leader of Iran is alive? How are we supposed to trust a single goddamn word out of this guy's fucking mouth?
They seem to be running it, and they seem that based on really fact, because things they've said have taken place.
Mr. President,
again.
Mr. President, I know you've deployed.
Because I don't want him to be killed.
They asked, why can't you tell us who it is? And he goes, I don't want him to be killed.
Okay, I don't want him to be killed.
Mr. President, you deployed.
Nobody wants to be that. Nobody wants that job right now. Nobody's exactly looking forward to being the head of that particular country. But
no, he is right about that. If you're chosen to be the supreme leader of Iran, it quite literally it's a death sentence. It's because he doesn't exist. Exactly, Shag. Exactly.
Perhaps we'll be able to solve that problem.
Mr. President.
Well, I will tell you this. I do believe that the Trump regime probably has somebody to talk to in Iran, but I guarantee you that person does not have the power to negotiate a ceasefire. And the thing is, it doesn't even matter if they did. Israel wants to wipe out every last leader of Iran. All of them. If Israel had their way, they'd wipe out all 93 million people in Iran. They don't consider the Iranians to be human fucking beings. All right. I got another clip here for you. This is from Fox Business.
Good shape. Can we reopen the Strait of Hormuz to all and the free flow of energy in 5 days? How does that happen?
That happens. That could happen.
This is because Trump says in the next 5 days, we're going to try to strike a deal.
If a peace agreement is reached. But the military...
Yeah, if a peace agreement is reached, with who? Who is left to make a peace agreement?
Their effort has just gone swimmingly well. We've rapidly destroyed their Navy, their Air Force, so much of their offensive capabilities, a lot of their leadership. And if Iran thinks enough is enough and they're willing to make a deal to...
You know what's funny is despite everything you're saying, despite destroying their Navy and their Air Force and bombing the ever-loving fuck out of them, they still have control over the Strait of Hormuz, dog. The only fucking way you're going to ever be able to reopen the Strait of Hormuz is you only have two options. One, massive boots-on-the-ground invasion of the Iranian mainland. Or two, nuclear weapons. And even then, it would render the area fucking obsolete, dude. You might even destroy the strait in and of itself. We don't even know how big these bombs are.
Get the United States to get the ends we need, then there'll be a deal.
That's a hilarious face. All right, more clips from the tarmac here. Trump talking about ICE at the airports.
Direct illegal migrant arrests at airports, sir?
Arrests?
Will we see ICE arresting illegal migrants at airports?
Yeah, that's why the Democrats are going crazy, because they've allowed, by what they did, and hold up, we put ICE, who are a very high level, I mean, they really are a high level group of people.
The fuck are you talking about, bro? I think he was trying to say that they're highly trained, which is not true. They are not highly trained whatsoever. Any of you could join ICE. It would take 15 fucking minutes.
And they love it because they're able to now arrest illegals as they come into the country.
This motherfucker thinks illegal immigrants are coming in at LaGuardia. This motherfucker thinks an illegal immigrant is getting on a plane and getting on, going through TSA and going, hi, and they're like, oh, you're illegal. And he's like, yeah, I'm illegal. And then they let him in. The president of the United States is retarded. He's actually fucking retarded.
That's very fertile territory, but that's not...
That's very fertile territory? Get your mind out of the gutter, you child rapist.
Why they're there. They're really there to help.
To help how? We've already been seeing the clips of ICE. They're literally doing nothing. ICE is not trained in, like, TSA security. What do you think they're doing? Fucking combing through the bags and running the x-ray machines? All ICE is doing is standing there. He actually exacerbated the fucking problem because now those long lines are going to be even longer because some random fucking ICE dipshit is going to pull the nearest brown person out of the line and demand to see their ID when guess what? They're in the line to show you their ID. You dumb fuck. Like, I'm not kidding, guys. ICE is going to do nothing of value at the airports. They're not, like, the only thing they're going to do is slow down the process and terrorize brown people. It's fucking crazy. More clips for you.
Elon Musk has offered to pay TSA workers during this DHS shutdown.
Elon Musk offers to pay TSA workers. It's insane. Shag says Handmaid's Tale season 2 episode 2. The fact that he said fertile is even more terrifying. Yeah, I know. In the Handmaid's Tale, they do have like the that show's version of ICE at the airport, splitting up gay families and kidnapping women. So yeah, and the fact that he said fertile is absolutely fucking horrifying.
Something that you've been speaking to him. Elon Musk has offered to pay TSA workers during this DHS shutdown. Is this something that you've been speaking to him about?
Yeah, I'd love it. I think it's great. Let him do that. And I want to thank ICE because they stepped in so strongly. They'll do great. And if that's not enough, I'll bring in the National Guard. We're not going to have the Democrats.
What do you mean you're going to bring in the National Guard? For what, dude? What are the National Guard going to do at fucking airports?
Destroy our country. These people are the most destructive, sick people, the Democrats. They want, and they're fighting for this. They're fighting for men and women's sports. They're fighting for transgender for everybody. Everybody go out, get your kid a nice operation, and change the sex of your kid.
Again, bro, this is why I say, like, Trump supporters are actually an inferior subhuman class of vermin. I don't understand how he can hit this line over and over again every single fucking day, and it makes his boy go, yeah, the trans people, they're the problem. Thank you, Mr. President. Like, bro, you actually are like a drooling fucking troglodyte. Okay, here's some clips for Iran.
Tito, you said there's many points of agreement with Iran right now.
Many.
What, can you give us a
Many, like 15 points. 15 points.
Iran has said yes.
Well, they're not going to have a nuclear weapon. That's number one.
They were never making a nuclear weapon. The previous Ayatollah was such an old fucking doter that he didn't even believe that nuclear weapons were a good thing. He thought they were antithetical to Islam. Thing is, he's right. Nuclear weapons are antithetical to any and all religion, but now the hardliners are realizing that the previous Ayatollah was a fucking idiot, that it doesn't matter how dedicated to your religion you are up against the great Satan of planet Earth, the United States of America and Israel, the axis of Epstein. If you do not have a nuclear weapon, you will get raped by America and Israel. There's a reason why we don't attack China, North Korea, or Russia. That's because they have nuclear weapons.
That's number 1, 2, and 3. They will never have a nuclear weapon.
That's numbers 1, 2, and 3? Okay.
They've agreed to that.
They agreed to that fucking years ago, you bumbling dipshit. All right, more.
Foreign ministry says you're not telling the truth when it comes to productive conversations to end the war.
Well, they're going to have to get themselves better public relations people. We have had very, very strong talks. We'll see where they lead. We have major points of agreement. I would say almost all points of agreement. Perhaps that hasn't been conveyed. The communication, as you know, has been blown to pieces. They're unable to talk to each other.
Exactly, dude. This is why yeah, they can't talk to each other. There's no communication. It's been decentralized. You can't make a ceasefire. You can't make a deal because they can't fucking talk to each other.
But we've had very strong talks. Mr. Witkoff and Mr. Kushner had them. They went, I would say, perfectly. I would say that if they carry through with that, it'll end that problem, that conflict, and I think it'll end it very, very substantially. We have very much in mind our partners in the Middle East. We've had great relationships with a lot of them, as you know. A lot of them were surprisingly hit, and I was surprised.
See how he says it's surprising that the Arab nations around Iran were hit? It's because this fucking guy has no idea what he's doing, and neither does any of the leadership surrounding him. They didn't even think that the Iranians would close the Strait of Hormuz. They thought that the Iranians would, try to launch missiles to the United States of America? When we have bases in every fucking country on planet Earth, if they want to hit America, all they gotta do is fucking hit the nearest American base. Which, by the way, is considered American soil. If you were born on an American base in fucking Qatar, you're still considered American born. You could still run for president because you were born on an American base, which is considered American fucking soil.
To see it, and so is everyone else, but we have they're very much in mind in the discussions. So the discussions took place yesterday. They went into yesterday evening. They want very much to make a deal. We'd like to make a deal too.
He's lying. Trump wants a way out. The Iranians hold all of the power right now. All right, now we have a clip from Fox Business with Maria Bartiromo claiming, and this guy here too, I forgot his fucking name, something Comer, claiming that this war was actually started by Barack Obama.
Forward, I don't like where we are with having to fight this battle in Iran, but remember, this is cleaning up Joe Biden and Barack Obama's mess. Unfortunately,
What's funny about that is Barack Obama was the only person who had the Iranians on a fucking leash when they agreed to the Iran nuclear deal, where it was like, no, you guys can have nuclear power, but you can't enrich your uranium past this certain point because then you'd be making a nuclear weapon. And the Iranians agreed to this since 2004. The former supreme leader, he had been working alongside this since before Obama was even the fucking president. They had been saying, we don't want a nuclear weapon, and then Obama becomes a president, and he goes, yes, we'll agree to this Iran nuclear deal. Like, unironically, Obama was the only person keeping us safe from this fucking problem, and then Trump created it.
Landed in President Trump's lap, and I think he's doing everything he can to, considering it's a terrible situation.
Yeah, doing everything he can by escalating the fucking conflict even further. All right, more clips of Trump on the tarmac talking about the plane crash in LaGuardia.
Thank you.
Are these direct talks on the plane crash that happened there?
Terrible. They made a mistake. It's a dangerous business.
He has nothing to say about the fact that this was caused because the TSA doesn't have enough fucking employees. There's nobody in these air traffic controllers. Guys, if you want to solve this problem, you pay air traffic controllers like $300,000 a year. You make it a prestigious job. You hire 5 times the amount of people in that fucking job so they don't have to work extremely long hours. Guys, we're talking about probably the scariest job ever. If you make one fucking mistake, 300 people die. You know, meanwhile, you're literally not getting fucking paid. It's insane. It's insane.
Terrible. Thank you.
All right, more clips here. Here's Trump saying that we will take over the Strait of Hormuz and then it'll be jointly controlled, and he claims that he himself will have complete and total control over the Strait of Hormuz.
Thank you.
What about the Strait of Hormuz? Who's going to be in control of that?
That'll be opened very soon if this works.
How soon? And who's in control of it? Will Iran
Immediately. It'll be open immediately.
still be able to control the flow of oil?
Be jointly controlled.
By who?
Maybe me.
Maybe me. This motherfucker thinks that, this is why I call him the Ayatollah. He's just the Christian jihad version of the Ayatollah.
Maybe me.
You want the United States to be a
Me
control
and the Ayatollah, whoever the
Oh, are you a fucking idiot? You think the Ayatollah right now ever wants to work with you, ever? You murdered his father, his wife, his children, his siblings, his nephews, and his nieces. You obliterated his fucking nation, and you are currently, you also blew his fucking legs off and put him in a coma. Guys, he's actually fucking retarded. He's actually fucking retarded.
Ayatollah is whoever the next Ayatollah. Look, and there'll also be a form of a very serious form of a regime change. Now, in all fairness,
so we are doing regime change. You've said multiple times that we aren't. Guys, he's improvising. He is so panicked and has no fucking idea what he's doing.
everybody's been killed from the regime. They're really starting off. There's automatically a regime change. But we're dealing with some people that I find to be very reasonable, very solid. The people within know who they are. They're very respected. And maybe one of them will be exactly what we're looking for. Look at Venezuela, how well that's working out. We are doing so well in Venezuela with oil and with the relationship between the president-elect and us. And maybe we find somebody like that in Iran.
He's literally fucking improvising and he has no idea what he's doing. Also, please point out, this is important, Trump claimed he obliterated their nuclear program last fucking June.
If you obliterated their nuclear sites last summer with your strikes, then how can you argue it was an imminent threat now?
Oh, we hit them so hard, we obliterated them.
Obliterated them. Oh, we hit them so hard, we obliterated them. You doing okay, Dementia Donnie? Is that Alzheimer's starting to hit you pretty fucking hard?
Doesn't mean with the right equipment, you can't dig down and go get it. We don't want that, and we won't have that. But we obliterated that site. They still haven't been able to get it. That was a complete success. But if it wasn't, they would have...
But if it wasn't...
If we didn't hit them, if we didn't use the B-2 bombers...
They would have had a nuclear weapon within 2 weeks, and they would have completely obliterated Israel and taken over the Middle East.
Which are unbelievable. We just ordered 22 more of them. Modern version, by the way, super modern version. If we didn't hit them with the B-2 bombers, they would have had, within 2 weeks of that attack, that's why we hit them, because we knew they would have had a nuclear weapon. They would have used it on Israel and the entire Middle East.
You can call me a pre-watch Andy, but I did not pre-watch this. I know this motherfucker like the back of his hand, like the back of my hand. I mean, dude, he's the most predictable dumbass in the fucking world. He literally eats up Israeli Hasbara like tooth and fucking nail. He just gobbles it up. This is the top goyim. He is the best goyim in human history. Unironically, the best goyim in human fucking history. He is a slave for Israel. So this is him being asked, hey, if you struck the Iranian electrical grid, how is that any different than Russia striking Ukraine's electrical grid? And he claims, oh, well, it's different because it's me doing it.
How is that different from what Russia has been doing in Ukraine by hitting Ukrainian power?
Well, I think it's a lot different. And if you look at the nuclear weapons that they wanted to have, that they wanted to possess, a lot of things are different. I'm not a fan of what Russia's doing either, just so you understand.
Then why are you doing the exact same thing that Russia is doing?
All right? But it's a lot different. You're talking about a country that has been evil for 47 years.
It's exactly what Russia claims about Ukraine. They claim that they're like an evil Nazi nation.
They've been horrible. Death all over the world, not just us. Look at the way they attacked unexpectedly all of those countries.
What the fuck do you mean unexpectedly? I'm a stupid ass YouTuber, and if I had your job and I was like, oh, well, oh my god, we have to bomb Iran for whatever fucking reason, the first thing I'd be thinking is, okay, they're probably gonna close the Strait of Hormuz, and they're probably gonna bomb all of our bases nearby, because that's easier. It's easier to throw a stone than it is to fire a bow. You know, why wouldn't they do, like, even I would have, I guarantee you half the people in this fucking chat would have been able to predict this. Bro, the reason why former presidents never fucking did this was because they would close the Strait of Hormuz and it would destabilize the entire fucking region. It's a no-brainer.
surrounding it. It was not supposed to be. Nobody was even thinking about it.
No, dude, you weren't thinking about it, and you only surround yourself with yes men and sycophants. Joe Kent probably knew this shit was gonna happen, and you wouldn't let him in the fucking room. You have all of these Israeli spies like Steve Witkoff and Mike Huckabee who are refusing to allow any other voices in the room, because if they whisper in your ear and go, sir, they might close the Strait of Hormuz, then maybe you won't do Israel's bidding. But you are a slave to Israel. Oh my God, I'm actually about to appeal to the president. Mr. President, there are people around you who are agents for Israel. They do not have our best interest in mind. They do not have your best interest in mind. And they know that you are so fucking stupid that they can convince you to do it. It's like you're being used. You're being fucking used.
But they wanted to take over the Middle East, and they wanted to knock out Israel permanently.
That's what Israel's doing! Israel's trying to take over the entire Middle East! They want to wipe out Iran and create the Greater Israel Project!
And if they had a nuclear weapon, they would have been able to do that.
Oh my God, every accusation is a confession when it comes from these Zionist fucking vermin. Oh my God, it's so much worse than I could have ever fucking imagined. We got more here. So if you don't know, this is gonna sound insane. Why can't I pause it? This is gonna sound insane, but we lifted sanctions on Iranian oil. We're at war with Iran, and we lifted sanctions on their oil, allowing them to sell their oil. Now, this is because Trump is trying to save the oil market. He fucking collapsed the oil futures, and he's like, well, there's 150 million barrels of Iranian oil just sitting on the sea. If we lift the sanctions and let them sell their oil, it'll bring down the cost of oil globally. And they'll take all that money, and they'll use that money to kill us because we're at war. Now, if I had my fucking way, you wouldn't be doing this at all, but if we're fucking doing the thing, why do you want them to have money? If we're doing the thing! Oh my God, it's so it's FUBAR. This is FUBAR. This is fucked up beyond all recognition. The entire situation is FUBAR.
The Treasury lifted sanctions on Iranian oil that was out to sea. You criticized President Obama for giving Iran $1.7 billion.
Well, I just want to have as much oil in the system as possible.
But this is Iranian oil that they're gonna profit off of, and then use the money to make more Shahed drones and fuck our boys!
And we don't even know if Iran gets that money. Frankly, I think it's very hard for them to get it.
What the fuck do you mean? They sell the oil to the Chinese. They just sell the oil to the fucking Chinese!
But you have ships that are out there that are loaded up with oil. Rather than keep it there, I would rather see it go to the system. Any small amount of money that Iran gets is not going to have any difference in this war. But I want to have the system be lubricated.
Even $14 billion.
What?
You don't think helps them?
Where's the $14 billion?
Because the inflated price, they get $14 billion from the...
I don't think they're getting the money. I could tell you, when this is all over...
Then who's getting the money? Then who's getting the money, Donnie Diddle's kids?
I will tell you who's getting the money.
Mr. President.
Oh my God, dude. Impeach this motherfucker. 25th Amendment. Drag him out of the fucking Oval already, or we're all gonna die.
So, tomorrow morning sometime, their time, we were expected to blow up their largest electric generating plants that cost over $10 billion to build. It's a very good one. There was no dearth of money. And one shot, it's gone. It collapses. Why would they want that? So they
don't.
Called. I didn't call. They called.
Okay, so you called them. Okay, so you called somebody.
We want to make a deal. And we are very willing to make a deal. It's got to be a good deal. And it's got to be no more wars, no more nuclear weapons. They're not going to have nuclear weapons anymore. They're agreeing to that.
They never had nuclear weapons.
Any of that stuff, there's no deal.
Dude, the Trump regime really is just taking a fucking page out of the George W. Bush playbook. They think that if they repeat enough times that Iran has nuclear weapons, that magically that'll mean that they do. They don't. They never fucking did.
If these talks go well and you reach a ceasefire agreement with Iran, do you believe Israel would abide by that agreement?
I think Israel will be very happy with what we have. We just...
They won't. Great question. I don't know who that journalist is. They won't. No matter what deal is made, Israel will not be happy. Israel has made it abundantly clear that they will not be happy until the entire Iranian regime collapses and turns into a failed state.
Spoke to Israel a little while ago. I think they'll be very happy. This will be peace for Israel, long-term peace, guaranteed peace. If this happens, and I can't guarantee it, but I think it's going to. My life is a deal. That's all I do is deals my whole life. I think this is something that's going to happen. And why wouldn't it happen?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe because you are the great Satan, and the last time you made a fucking deal, you ended up bombing the fuck out of them afterwards, and the Iranians now know that you can't trust a single fucking word that the United States of America tells you.
It's great for all of them.
If the war is ending, do you still need $200 billion?
It's always nice to have. It's always nice to have. It's a very inflamed world, and the Democrats inflame it. Largely the Democrats inflame it. Let me just talk about the other.
That's my fucking money, bro. That's your fucking money he's talking about. Yeah, it'd be nice to have an extra $200 billion. It's great. And now I don't even know what the fuck he's talking about, but here he claims that he wants to take the Iranian nuclear dust. I don't know what that means. Maybe some of you do. I have no fucking idea what he means.
Low key on the missiles. We want to see peace in the Middle East. We want the nuclear dust. We're going to want that. And I think we're going to get that.
The nuclear dust? What are you talking about? Are you talking about like enriched uranium? What the fuck is nuclear dust? Is that something I can snort and get geeked?
We've agreed to that. Yeah, we've agreed to that.
You want the enriched uranium before you can end this.
And we want no enrichment, but we also want the enriched uranium. If this happens, it's a great start for Iran to build itself back, and it's everything that we want. And it's also great for Israel, and it's great for the other Middle Eastern countries, Saudi Arabia, UAE, Qatar, all of them, Kuwait and Bahrain in particular. So it's great for all.
Oh my God, bro. All right, last one here.
To get together today by probably phone, because it's very hard to find a country. It's very hard for them to get out, I guess. But we'll at some point very, very soon meet. We're doing a 5-day period. We'll see how that goes. And if it goes well, we're going to end up with settling this. Otherwise, we'll just keep bombing our little hearts out.
We'll just keep bombing our little hearts out. What the fuck? Chatter just says, you not see him talk about paper clips? No, I haven't. I'll try to look it up real quick before we end it. Trump paper clips? The fuck are you talking about?
Thank you very
Whose
much.
idea was that? To put ice at the airport.
We're dealing really...
Whose idea was it?
Mine. That was mine.
Can I ask you?
That was like the paperclip. You know the story of the paperclip? 182 years ago, a man discovered the paperclip. Thank you.
What? What? What the fuck are you talking about? What the fuck? What the fuck are you Are you literally Hitler? Are you actually Hitler? And I mean that literally. Are you literally Hitler? Did Hitler never die and then he got some like anti-aging serum and like gets to keep on aging and like you're literally Hitler? Are you talking about Operation Paperclip when we smuggled in Nazis? Is that why you were like saying to Japan, the Japanese PM, you're like, why didn't you tell me about Pearl Harbor? Because A, Donnie Diddles kids, you weren't alive during Pearl Harbor. Hitler was, and Hitler didn't know Pearl Harbor was going to happen, and he was pretty fucking pissed off because he didn't want to go to war with America. Are you actually Hitler? For real? What the fuck? Okay, whatever. Thank you very much. That's all I got for you. If you're live, you stay. We got to make a thumbnail. If you're watching this pre-recorded on YouTube, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Costs you nothing, helps me immensely. Do me one last favor. Click that video right over there. It's a banger, and I know bangers. All right. I got to get that uploaded because I have to be in therapy in half an hour, and it takes me 20 minutes to get there. So let's get this uploaded quick. We got to make a thumbnail. What the fuck should we do about it? How about, What should we do? What should we do? What should we do? How about Trump looking sad and Netanyahu looking down on him much bigger and Trump going, yes, sir. I think that'd be a good one. I think that'd be a good one. Hey! Trump looking sad. Weenie, you having the zoomers? Little zoomy run? A little runny zoom? There we go, that's a good one. Save image. Episode 411. Netanyahu smiling. And then in the background, I want burning oil refineries. Luigi has her own button and I never knew. Indeed she does. Indeed she does. Okay. Thank you for the $2. Please stop saying the R slur. Unfortunately, I will not be doing that. Sorry. Our enemies are rounding us up and throwing us in concentration camps. If you're worried that me saying the word retarded is a problem, you've already lost the fight. They're literally eating fucking babies. I need Donnie to be real tiny here. You know what? Let's flip it. Let's put Donnie over here. Okay. Good boy, Donald. Oh, I need me in there. What am I doing? Let's see. Trump is a slave for Israel. Trump says he's afraid of Israel. Trump walks back his threat to nuke Iran. Plane crash in NYC. And disasters. Plane crash in NYC and ICE takes over the nation's airports. And ICE takes over the airports. Luigi, shush! Luigi, mama! Hey, do hai ras, likirri! Do hai ras! Do hai ras! Kommen Sie Hilfe! Laus! Aktun! Kommen Sie! Fucking dog. Doesn't give a shit what I say. Doesn't respect me. She don't respect me. She don't respect me. She just don't fucking respect me. She's raging against the machine. That's what she's doing. Luigi! So Trump is pussying out of his 48-hour threat. Okay, that's done. Now I gotta make an advertisement. And then I gotta go. Okay. So Trump pussied out of his nuclear threat against Iranian electrical grids, but that's good. We're very pro-taco here. We love when Trump chickens out. Trump, you actually did the right thing. Very proud of you, you little baby back bitch. But he's also a slave to Israel, and he's genuinely horrified that Israel is going to assassinate the person that he claims to be negotiating with in Iran. He literally said on the tarmac, he goes, I don't want to tell you who it is because I don't want them to be killed. That means that Israel's objectives are completely different than ours. Trump wants a way out. He wants an off-ramp. The Israelis, they want complete and total obliteration of the Iranian country, not the regime. They don't want regime change. They want Iran to turn into a failed state. They want all 93 million people in Iran to suffer, and if Israel would have their way, they would exterminate all 93 million people there. That's because Israel is a genocidal maniac regime full of apartheid, pro-apartheid fucking Nazis. That's what Israel is. On top of that, the Dow, I think it dropped like, what, 1,100 points? Trump is doing everything he can to try and manipulate the market so he and his goons can profit off of it. What else? He doesn't even know who the current supreme leader is in Iran, and he doesn't really give a fuck, considering that the alleged current supreme leader had his legs blown off and he's in a fucking coma. That's the son of the former supreme leader. What else? ICE is at all of our airports now, but the thing is they're not doing anything other than standing around, dragging people out, arresting them, making everything worse, making all of the lines longer. They're not trained in, like, TSA. Like, what the fuck do you think they're gonna do? Look at the x-ray machine when you put your bag through? No, they're literally just standing there and just grabbing brown people so that they can detain and arrest them. Completely illegally, by the way. What else? Oh! Massive disaster at LaGuardia Airport. A fucking plane came down and it crashed into a fire truck. And the pilots fucking died and like 45 people were wounded. And then in Newark Airport, the air traffic control tower, it was like evacuated because they could smell gas coming in from the elevator or smoke coming, a strange smell coming in from the elevator. All of this is because the TSA employees are not being paid right now because Trump's Gestapo, ICE, gets $150 billion, right? So because of the unbelievable terrorist Nazi-like movement of ICE, the Democrats refuse to fund Homeland Security, right? Which is good. Yeah, no, do not fucking fund them. Not until we get rid of these mass Gestapo LARPing airsoft fucking nerds, these actual fucking terrorists embedded in the United States of America. Until then, no funding. Because of that, TSA is not getting funded. And because of that, Elon Musk is like, I'll pay them myself. I'll pay them. Here's the real solution. You hire 5 times the amount of TSA officers. You increase their pay to $300,000 a year. You make it a prestigious position, and you make people praise those air traffic control operators like fucking heroes because they have the hardest job, the most stressful job, and they get paid diddly shit, and they have to work the worst fucking hours of all time. Regardless, all of this in the latest YouTube video, new YouTube video, go check it out, new YouTube video. All right, let's get that uploaded, and then I gotta go, Newsweek, JD Vance calling for the 25th, bullshit, I don't believe that at all. Bull fucking shit, JD Vance would never in a million years call for the 25th Amendment. I don't even need to look that up to know that's a lie. I do not even need to look that up to know that's a lie. 20-minute warning, I know. No kisses, no kisses. I'm not even going to look it up, and I know for a fact you're wrong. JD Vance definitely did not call for the 25th Amendment. Don't even need to look it up. I know that's bullshit. He's being urged to. Exactly. There you go. Knew that shit was bullshit. Knew it was bullshit. He was urged to call for the 25th. Yeah, they're all being urged to call for the 25th Amendment. New episode of the Valenti VOD. Related video. That one upload. And now we got to get it up on Instagram. New episode of the Valenti VOD. Should I post that on TikTok too? Should I just start posting my ads on TikTok again? And like, that's all I do? I don't think, I actually don't know if that would be a bad idea. Because I don't use TikTok anymore, but to just post ad, like, I don't care if you ban me type shit. You know what I'm saying? Are you banned from TikTok? Yeah, my main and my alt, but I do have the alt. If TikTok lets you post, it does on the alt. I don't think that TikTok knows that's me yet. I'm not sure if TikTok knows that's me yet. Send it, Chris? Yeah, fuck it. Why not? Fuck it. Fuck it. They banned me. They banned me. They've already banned me 17 times. Who cares about the 18th? Just be careful of re-uploaders on TikTok. I don't give a fuck. Re-upload my content. I don't give a shit. Just so you know, you guys all have permission to just post my content. You could profit off of me. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I want everybody to be making money off me. Are you kidding me? Do you think ICE will take people's passports away at the airports? Yes. Yeah, one bella ciao while we wait for that to upload. Una mattina mi sono alzato, un bello ciao, bello ciao, bello ciao, ciao, ciao. Una mattina mi sono alzato, ho trovato l'invasor, un partigiano, portami via. Oh bello ciao, bello ciao, bello ciao, 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 partigiano, portami via, che mi sento di morire. Hell fucking yeah. All right, get that up. That's on Instagram. I want it uploaded on TikTok, and then we're good to go. Chris, you're going to be late for therapy? I know I will, but I got to get it uploaded. We got to do work. Work matters more than mental health. Work matters more than mental health. Work matters more than mental health. As we all know. We are doing that video. Bang. New episode of the Valenti VOD on YouTube. Okay. All right, guys, I gotta go. Bye, guys. Be good. Have a good one. Thank you very much for all the donations. Thank you for the likes, comments, subscribes, notification bells, all that shit. I love you all. All right, bye.